Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here. So this week it has been ridiculously hot, as I'm sure you know, and so we decided that we would do a indoor camp. And but actually we've got a little spin on it this week. So Sara decided that she was gonna plan this week's video. Really don't know what all's going on, so we're gonna let Sara kind of tell me what we're doing this week. And I think this is gonna be kind of fun. So what do we got going on? What are we doing?
Just doing dollar store camping hacks.
So dollar store, Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. The dollar store is the Dollar Tree.
Okay. So for Sara, the dollar store is the Dollar Tree. For me, it's always been Dollar General is the dollar store. But so Sara's got camping hacks from the Dollar Tree. So I think that should be kind of fun. So there's only one thing left to say.
Let's get it.
Alright, so what have we got going on here?
Alright, guess we can start with just kind of general camping stuff. Doesn't necessarily have a particular hack per se.
Okay, so this is all stuff that you just kind of picked up from the Dollar Tree that you thought would be good camping stuff then.
A few things I found online, like on Pinterest, and got those, but a lot of it I just walked down the aisles and kind of, they have a lot of stuff, so
yeah.
Grabbed a few things.
Alright, so what do we got?
So they actually have tarps, 4x6.
Okay. So a 4x6 tarp is, one tarp would be kind of small to set up a camp with, but if you got two 4x6 tarps, you could set it up with. And so how much is one of these?
Everything is $1.25.
$1.25. So
I also thought you could do, cover sheet on the ground.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. So literally for a $1.25, you got a ground cloth here, or you could set up with a couple of them, 3 of them, and you'd have a good little setup.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Paracord.
Wow.
And clamps.
Okay, so here we got 25 foot of paracord for $1.25. That's actually really good.
In various colors.
25 foot of paracord for $1.25. That's pretty awesome. And then we got some little clamps. We could have used these earlier when we were doing the setup in here. Like I said, it's been ridiculously hot outside, so I was kind of struggling to figure out what I was going to do for a video this week. And Sara's like, I think I've got an idea. So she kind of took it and ran with it. And that's been pretty awesome. So this afternoon, it's been kind of fun setting up the whole setup and putting a tent inside and stuff. And
yeah,
Maddie's loving it. She's got her little backpack full of squeeze toys and stuff like that in here. So
she's got her Smokey the Bear.
She's got a Smokey the Bear in there, and
she took out
who knows,
marshmallow.
She got her little marshmallow somewhere. But Sara got these little clamps, which would work good for the tarp. You could use that for the tarp.
Various things. I mean, hold your tablecloth down.
Yep, anything like that would be good.
Towels up to dry. Anything.
Yep, that's cool. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, so along the same lines, carabiners.
Okay, 2 carabiners. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a good
idea.
idea.
It's got the little jump rings on it.
Yep, awesome.
So they have emergency candles, which you can use for the actual candles, or one of the things on Pinterest was using the wax on the zippers. Right.
So if you're not aware of this, one of the things that you can do with wax, or like a lot of times your zippers on tents, your bug nets and stuff like that will get sticky. So as you're trying to run them, they'll kind of hang up. But you can wax them. Just put a light coat of wax on them with one of these candles, or they actually make wax that is specifically for that. But you can wax that, and it will make it run smooth, which is really nice, especially if you're trying to get out of there in a hurry if you got to go to the bathroom, which...
You wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. So these are actually 4-hour emergency candles. It's a 6-pack of 4-hour emergency candles, so that's really cool.
Well, and they're...
$1.25.
Yeah.
Right?
And it multitask. I mean, you can use it for lighting, you can use it for the wax.
You know what else? You could use it to help start your fire. If you have marginal tinder, You could use you light this, and it saves your lighter or matches or whatever. You light this, and you hold it under there. Another thing you can do is you can take these and cut just a little small candle off of it. And you light that, stick it under there, and you can let that burn, and you don't have to worry about burning up your whole candle, and you don't have to sit there the whole time with your hand in the fire.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool option right there. All right, what else we got? I'm kind of excited about this. This has been really cool.
It's good stuff. So these are mesh laundry bags, which again are multi-function, but the one thing that I did see is, you know, you take your camp plates and everything like that. Sound like my dad and everything like that. And
that's your
That is my
That's your
and put plates and stuff in there, and then you can hang them up to dry. And you could store things in them. A lot of different stuff, and there's 3 of them in there.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna open these up because I want to see how big it is. Something that I was thinking that it might be good for.
Now you think we have treats.
These are not treats, baby. I'm sorry. Is
The dollar store does have treats.
dollar store does have treats, but we don't have any right this second. So the other thing that I think that would be good for is if you're in a buggy area. Let's say you have, you know, she's got to clean her bed out. Scorpions, spiders, and stuff like that. You could put your shoes in these and zip them up inside there. And when you get up in the morning, you don't have to worry about having scorpions or spiders inside your shoes.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. So this, you could put your clamps to use. And you could actually clamp put your dishes or whatever in here, or your shoes or whatever, and you could clamp them to your ridge line, keep them off the ground in case it's raining. Yeah, there's a lot of good uses for these little mesh bags. That's a good idea. Boy, you are killing it. What else we got?
All right. 8-in-1 multi-use knife.
A knife from the Dollar Tree.
Results may vary. I don't know how good it is.
It's got a wine, what is it called? It's got a corkscrew on there. Do they sell wine?
No, I don't think that there's any beer or alcohol.
Oh, man. All right, so I want to open this thing up and check it out real quick. Where are you going? You done?
Don't get in the fire.
Yeah, don't get in the fire. We had to, obviously, if we're camping, we got to have a campfire. So Sara built us a campfire here with her tablet. No, iPad.
Tablet, iPad.
Tablet, iPad. I gotta get it right. All right, so this actually looks pretty cool. Maddie's watching us. She's our audience. Yeah, you can see her head. That's funny. So it does have looks like a little Phillips screwdriver on there.
Maddie, baby.
Maddie, don't hit.
You're shaking the camera, honey.
So it looks like it's got a little Phillips screwdriver on there. It has, like I said, the corkscrew. Along with that, it has. I don't have any fingernails, so I can't hardly get the thing.
Package.
It's got that looks like a nail file. Yep, it's got a nail file on it. Here, there's that. So it's got a little nail file on there. On this side, we have a bottle opener and that's a little bottle opener or can opener, bottle opener, one of the two.
It's calling one a bottle opener and one a can opener.
Okay. And the little flat screwdriver. And then looks like we have wow.
Huh?
Okay. It's got a decent little knife blade on there. So that's probably 2 inches.
Can you shave the hair on your arm?
Did you know I was going to do that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so let's give it a shot real quick, see if it will shave. It actually feels pretty sharp. So, No, she don't shave. But I'm sure with a couple passes on my little DC4, it will shave. So that's actually a pretty cool little setup right there for $1.25.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that might be good for, a younger kid or something.
Yeah, somebody
you're
just getting
starting
started
out with a knife or something, and you don't necessarily want to give them.
And also, it might not be bad for just a throw it in your bag kind of thing. You make sure you got it sharpened, it's in there. You might never have to use it, but if something happens and you do have to have something, you've got that as a backup to all the rest of them. And that's like they say, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So that one right there.
And even if you don't use it for the knife, the screwdrivers.
Yeah, the other stuff, and there's a lot of things that you can use the other stuff for as well. So.
And for $1.25.
Yeah, for $1.25, it's not bad.
So that's kind of miscellaneous type items.
All right.
So here's a little light, but it's got a magnet on it, and it also has like a little ring. So a lot of the tents have the thing in the middle where you can hang it up.
Oh.
And then batteries.
Okay. So you got the light and the batteries. All right. Well, let's see what it looks like.
How many does it need?
You got 3.
I got 4.
So we got an extra. All right. And you know what I didn't do? I never turned on that light on the inside of the tent there, but that's okay. It's hanging up inside. I don't know if you can reach it or not.
Oh, I knocked down the raccoon.
There went the raccoon. You just squeeze it. There you go. Got us a green light to go inside the tent. Alright, so that looks like it. Let's see if it works.
Dang.
Woo! Yeah, that thing is bright.
Goodness.
Really bright. So, I don't know that you would want... Gracious. You wouldn't use that a lot in camp, I'm sure, because it's so bright you can't adjust it. But for $1.25, you can't hardly beat that light. So we got, what's that, $2.50. So you got this little light for $2.50. That's not bad though. You could. One thing about white light that's a problem is bugs are attracted to white light. But the thing about this is it's so bright that you could set that way out of camp. Turn it on, you have light in camp, and they'll be attracted to this light and not attracted to your camp.
Well, and
so that's a good idea too.
To people that go camping, and you can put it in your tent, and then you're not worried about bugs in there, especially if you have one of those giant tents if you're going with a family or
That's
something.
right. So
there's times you can use it, and then if you weren't using it camping and you threw it in your get-home bag or something like that, you got a really bright light.
Yeah. And now you got a carabiner, and you got this light. You can hang it up inside your tent.
Yep, and then it's also magnetic.
Oh, and it's magnetic too, yeah.
So, if you're car camping or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And they have lots of different lights, but that one I thought was multifunctional.
Right. Hey, that's great. So that's another thing when we're setting up our bags and stuff like that for camping. A lot of times what we're trying to do is each of the items, you kind of want them to be multifunctional. You want them to have a few different jobs. You don't ever want anything in your pack to really just do one thing.
It's like in that Good Eat show with Alton Brown. He's like, he doesn't want unitaskers in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's right. What else we got?
All right, so kind of like personal first aid type antibacterial travel wipes.
That's a good idea.
And I think that they're vitamin E and aloe. Fresh scent.
Fresh scent.
So if you stink.
Yep. Well, so that's another thing that you don't really think about a lot. But when you're camping, at the end of the day, when you're getting ready to go to bed, wiping down with some wipes, even if you can't take a shower, wiping down with some wipes makes you feel so much better. And it makes you sleep better. So that's a great thing. So, and it's got the vitamin E and aloe. So if you have a sunburn or something like that, say you're out on the boat for the day and you get a sunburn, that aloe is going to help you. And vitamin E is good for, you know, cuts and things like that. So that's a good little thing. And there's 40 of these in there for $1.25. It says it right there on it. $1.25. So that's a pretty good little pack there for $1.25.
Yeah. And then along the same vein, Tylenol, 40 tablets. 40? And they have all kinds of different medications.
Yeah.
Just kind of got the one as an example of the different stuff you can get. But
that's cool. So that's 500 milligram acetaminophen. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with Tylenol. So,
and if you can't take Tylenol, they have
coming over here,
ibuprofen, aspirin, anything.
Well, that's great. So, what else we got?
And then little mini first aid kit.
All right. So, what do we get in a first aid kit for $1.25? It says there's 21 items in it.
It's probably like individual band-aids.
So, for the 21 items, you get.
May I open it and you can read it?
Yeah.
I like how flat it is. I actually have one of these in my purse.
Yeah. So, and honestly, it's not terrible. You're not gonna, you know, if you chop your leg off, it's not gonna help you. But for typical small cuts and things like that, this thing's gonna help you out. So, it looks like it says it's got 8 of the small, or the 8 of the regular 3/4 by 3 inch sheer bandages. Regular bandages. It looks like it has 4 of the smaller square bandages.
Yep.
And then it's got 2 of the little round bandages.
Like you got a shot?
Yep. Then it's got 2 of the knuckle bandages in case you bust a knuckle or something. It's got 2 gauze pads.
Yeah, 2 by 2.
And then it's got 2 alcohol prep pads.
Yeah, I mean.
So that's, I mean, honestly, that's not bad. That's just for a small boo-boo kit.
And there's a little bit of extra space in here too, so you could put a couple extra little items, you know, like a little thing of burn cream. Or
that's a good idea. Like yep, absolutely. And like you said, I like how the thin profile this thing has. So you could drop this again in your purse or in the bottom of your bag, and it's a nice little boo-boo kit, honestly. You're not gonna put a tourniquet on something. It doesn't have snake bite stuff in there, so you got to suck the venom out of you know. But don't do that. Don't suck the venom out. That's a myth. But no, that's a good little boo-boo kit for $1.25. That's a hard kit to beat right there.
And again, it's just kind of an example. I mean, it wouldn't be in a whole kit, but they have ace bandages,
right,
wrist braces, all kinds of different things.
If you're on a budget and you're setting up a little first aid kit for your camping, you could go in there for $10 and set up a pretty good kit
with medications and first aid and everything.
Good, that's awesome. All right, where are we going from here?
Okay, so bugs.
Bugs.
So, what are you gonna do with this?
What's this? It's a lint roller. Well, I can keep myself snazzy with it.
Yeah.
I can rub off my my beard druff on my beard dandruff on my shirt
and my hair
and your hair. This is actually a good product. What did you have in mind for it? Ticks. Okay. So yeah, that's actually that is a good idea. So you could you get to camp or whatever, you know, you walk through some bushes, you can roll yourself down. It's actually a little easier to do that than try to look for those tiny little seed ticks. You can,
well, especially too, like, because you can kind of reach into your back or something like that if you're camping by yourself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And so, like, the nice thing too is a lint roller, you can tear that little section off of it and you got a whole fresh section to use next time. So yeah, that's a good idea. And also, like, for little kids that
yeah, you know, if they're don't want you coming at them with tweezers or something because they think you're gonna pick them off, you could just roll them up. Or they could do it themselves.
Or that's right. You could give them a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
They get to camp. You give them a job to do. Roll your legs and everything down, and your clothes.
Or okay, we're getting ready to pack up. Roll it over the sleeping bag or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Little lint roller. I'm actually. I don't want to seem too impressed because I know that my wife is smart, and I know that you think outside the box for stuff. But I'm actually pretty impressed by this setup.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So not outside the box, but.
It's funny. I have looked for these things.
Ah.
Mosquito repelling coils. My father. This is what.
That was his thing.
This is what my pop used anytime we went camping or fishing.
Mm-hmm.
He would sit there, like if we went to the river and fished on the bank, he would light one of these things and put it under his chair. And I have looked for these things and I didn't know they had them there.
And they have bug spray in general.
Yeah.
They have like the natural stuff that doesn't have DEET in it. They have the little like bungee cord kind of bracelets that are like citronella.
These things are 5 to 7 hours, it says. And I'm going to be honest with you. These things do work.
Mm-hmm.
I have used these. So Pop was really claustrophobic. He couldn't hardly sleep inside a tent or anything. So a lot of times when we would go camping, I'd set him up. He'd sleep under a tarp, either on an air mattress, or we have actually built him. We went camping.
A picture in.
We went camping before, and we actually, my brothers and I, built him a big wooden canopy bed with a tarp over top of it and everything. And this is what he used. He would light these things and set them around the bottom of his bed, and it would keep the bugs off of him. So that's actually really cool. I'm glad you found these.
Well, and that's, they had multiple different things, but I had to get those for Pop.
Yep. That's really awesome. So.
All right.
Coffee. You can't go wrong with coffee.
Again, I don't know the quality, but it's really not to drink. Apparently, if you put the coffee grounds in the fire, it's a mosquito deterrent.
So, I haven't seen putting it in the fire, but I have seen them take like a little food tin, tuna can or something like that, and put coffee in it, and they light the coffee, and it'll actually start smoldering. And as it smolders, it smokes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the smoke itself would keep mosquitoes away. The smoke, it's just smoke itself. I don't know if coffee smoke in general will keep them away more, but I know the smoke itself will. But I gotta tell you, if it's me and my morning coffee or mosquitoes, that's a toss-up. I might be eat up, but I'm going to have my coffee in the morning. I don't know.
If you are eating up.
So we got the underarm deodorant. We won't be stinky?
Apparently, if you put deodorant on bug bites, it helps them not be itchy. Underarm deodorant.
Underarm deodorant. She laughs at me so much because she calls it deodorant. I call it underarm deodorant. Because in my mind, that's where you put it, under your arms. But apparently deodorant is what you're supposed to call it. I don't know. I've always called it underarm deodorant.
But you don't use hair shampoo.
I guess that's true. So that's actually pretty cool. I'll have to try that because we're always out there.
Too.
And we'll definitely try the coffee at some point too.
And it says specifically like coffee grounds, so technically you could use it and then.
Okay, so maybe you could do that. Maybe you could make your coffee, save the grounds, and then put the that's actually the smarter way to do it. So I would try that first.
Yeah.
But we might try that. Just see if that actually will work.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Yep. Very cool.
So, okay. Lighting.
Okay, so these are solar stake lights. That's actually really cool. So,
and they're solar, so
yeah, You know, the neat thing about this is, so it does stick in like that, and it holds pretty tight like that. So you could take a piece of that paracord, make a loop on here, and hang them up inside your tent, or you can hang them up around camp.
Or you can take it off completely, and then that just sits on your
you
picnic table or whatever.
That's a great idea. And $1.25.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong with that? You can't go wrong with that for $1.25.
Yeah, and rechargeable.
Yeah, and you set them out during the day, and they charge back up, and then at night you got your light again.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great idea. Very cool.
All right, so food type items.
All right.
So they have all kinds of food itself.
Right.
Your favorite.
Yeah. Spicy beef ramen.
But
That's a good
something
one.
like that in the container and food.
It's a midnight snack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then tuna fish.
Can't go wrong with the tuna fish. I don't think I've seen this one
I
before.
thought you might like that one.
That's cracked pepper and sea salt tuna fish. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. And this is, Bumblebee, so they're not like,
it's not like
Dollar Tree brand
Yeah.
tuna. I don't think I would want
Yeah,
that.
and that's the, I'll destroy the name, but that's the regular ramen, the Maruchan?
Something like that. Maruchan.
Maruchan, something like that.
Yeah. And some Hormel pepperoni.
Pepperonis.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, yep. That's really cool. So
And they have all kinds
of
food.
other stuff. So
yeah,
very, very cool.
So
I'm interested to see what this whole thing costs when we get done. I'm interested. So we got straws, we can make spitballs.
Yes, you can do that.
Probably
drink
darts.
things out of them.
You could drink things out of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're made for.
But specifically for seasonings and stuff, so you can take them and put, funnel would make it easier, but salt or whatever, and then you take your lighter and you can seal the ends. So you've got like little. You're such a child.
So you can, so like salt and pepper, and things like that.
And then you can seal them, and then you cut it, so you've got just like little.
You make your little seasoning packets.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool? So one of the things, like a lot of times.
I like that you grab the green ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of times when people, like they're cooking steak or something like that, you like it's the SPG. The SP, or however they say
Salt, pepper, garlic?
Salt, pepper, garlic. So you could actually make salt, pepper, garlic ones.
Mm-hmm.
And just make a whole salt, pepper, garlic seasoning pack together.
Yeah, and you could either do 3 separate things
Yep.
or mix it all together.
Yep. That's a good idea, man. That's neat. Very cool. We got Dinah down here.
Very interested in what we're
interested in these. Maddie girl is back here laying down, being a good girl. All right, what else we got?
So, got your food. Plate.
A pie pan, a cake pan, little cake pan plate. That's actually a really good idea, because it doesn't really weigh anything.
Mm-hmm. But it's not flimsy.
It's not flimsy. That thing is actually really sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good idea for a plate for your food, and for $1.25, you can't hardly beat that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that you could do, if you had 2 of these, and some of the little binder clips, you could actually put a pot pie or make a pie or something in this. You put another pan on top of it, binder clip it together, and you could make a little Dutch oven out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And you could actually put coals on top of it and coals around the base of it, and you could actually bake something in it.
Well, I figured, because it's a cake pan, it's made to go in the oven. You could get, those little gripper things, and so you could make it like a frying pan or something in the fire as well.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to try that too. I might actually try that, because you have to be really careful with fire because it concentrates heat so much in one spot it'll make it warp up. But if you had like nice coals, then it would be fairly uniform heat.
Yeah.
That's a good idea too.
If you do mess it up,
it's $1.25.
Exactly.
Yep. Awesome.
So you should do like if everyone likes it, thinks you should do a like Dollar Tree camp out and actually use the stuff and try it out.
Use this stuff. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll try to do that.
Yeah, when it's not 105 degrees out.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
All right, so you got a little barbecue grill here. So, a tin foil pan. So you could put charcoal in this. You probably have to poke some holes or something in the side of it to get air through it. But you could put charcoal in this and get it started. Although it might burn fine without poking holes in it. And then this little rack. I'm kind of surprised they had this there. So this is not a barbecue rack though. This is...
No, I think it's like a cooling
It's
tray.
a cooling rack. But yeah, that would be... I bet that would be strong enough to use to put a steak or some chicken or something on. We might actually try that too.
Yeah.
Just cook on this thing and see what happens. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So while you're cooking,
What do you got?
expandable barbecue fork.
Okay. Oh, well that would be perfect for that then. So, well, you got your campfire going. How do you get this thing out? There we go.
You use your
Got your little...
fancy
I could have used my little
multi-purpose tool.
fancy knife. So, you got your fire going, you're ready to cook, it's getting hot. Instead of getting up on it really close, you can expand this thing. You can use it there, or you can reach out there with it and keep from burning your hands on it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or you could actually use it for like hot dogs or something over. What do you got there?
They have marshmallows.
You gonna? They got marshmallows.
Giant marshmallows.
So we could roast a marshmallow over the campfire here.
Yes.
Let's see. That's not gonna get it good and hot. But we could, if we get it good and close to the coals, we might be able to roast a marshmallow.
Yeah, and they're gluten free.
Gluten-free marshmallows.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
So.
All right.
And they, I'm sure, have graham crackers, and I know they have chocolate.
Uh-oh. Did our fire go out?
Yeah.
All right. So we were trying to be slick, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to work.
Take two.
But yeah, so we could use this to roast some marshmallows, and then the marshmallows again are $1.25.
Yeah.
And they're the big campfire size marshmallows.
And it's an actual like normal size bag. You know, a lot of times it'll be like 4. You know, it's $1.25, but it's a smaller size or something. But
very, very cool. So trying to roast some marshmallows, not working out so good.
I think you need to take it out of your doolally.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's picking up now. I think the wind from that fan is doing it. What we did was we thought it would be kind of funny to be able to roast marshmallows over this little campfire here. But what we did was we set us a little sterno stove up behind it, so it would kind of look like we're roasting marshmallows on this campfire. And you never would have known the difference had I not told you.
Exactly.
But
you gave it away.
But yeah, so that's a very cool setup here that you picked up. And so how much have you got wrapped up in this?
Less than $30.
That's very cool. So less than $30 and all this stuff. And there's a lot of neat stuff here, and it's really well thought out. So Sarah's not a novice really at camping. We've done quite a bit of camping, and she has watched me go through all kind of stuff. So I know that she has a good eye for camping gear or things that could be used for camping. But this is such a great idea of stuff that you could use it for. And just thinking outside the box and seeing things not for what they are, but what they could be. And that's, you know, that's a prime example right there. That cake
and
pan.
that was a Pinterest thing. I can't take credit for that.
But hey, you know what? That it's still a great idea, and I really appreciate you doing this week. It helped me out. I think it's gonna be a cool little video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, if you learned anything, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you get notified next time we put out a video. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next week. Marshmallows.